Hey guys, it's me, Mama C, coming at you live from West Tennessee. Today I'm talking to you about what to do when you're a pissed off witch. Now, we deal with things like the law of three and the law of return and karma and all that kind of stuff. And that doesn't mean that you never get angry, and it doesn't mean that you don't take care of your business when you're angry. What that means is we don't intentionally set out to harm someone. Now, what do you do though if somebody's intentionally harming you? That's a completely different story. And what we run into there is maybe we are part of their law of return. There's no need to sit and take it when somebody's giving you a rash of shit. I mean, it's just not necessary. Well, part of your power as a witch is to turn that back around on them and then turn around and protect yourself. Now, if you do a good bit of protection magic in advance, sometimes it keeps a lot of those things from coming your way. But you never know when you might deal with jealousy. You might deal with somebody that's angry at you. You might deal with someone who just has something against you for some reason, even though you might not have done anything to them. I actually deal with that on a regular basis. The more public that I've become with my store and my business and my craft, the more I have to deal with those kind of things. Sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes it's people just don't like me. Not everybody's going to like you. And you know what? That's okay. As long as you are your full self and you're a relatively decent human being, and you're doing your best to get along with everybody. Sometimes there's just people that they're just assholes, and there's nothing you can do about that. So what do you do when you're dealing with a person like that? Now, you can have an angry ex. You can have a disgruntled coworker. You can have a shithead for a boss. You can have a lot of different people that might be trying to cause you problems, send you harm, that kind of thing. Now, the best thing to do before you sit down to do any kind of spell to counteract that is to really think if maybe you have done something wrong. Try to work it out with the person. Maybe you said something that hurt their feelings and you didn't realize it. Maybe you are performing poorly and haven't discerned the reason why. Sit down and try to figure out what it is that's going on. And then if you figure out that you really haven't done anything, or you've tried to apologize and they're just not accepting it, well, then it's time to work a little juju. So what you do then is you think about what it is that that person has done to you that you need to send back to them. This is called a reversing spell. Now, reversing spells can be done dozens of different ways. There is so many different things that you can use. I'm just going to go and show you the brief overview of what a reversing spell is, what it does, and some of the tools that we use in reversing spells. Now, what you're doing with the reversing spell is you're just sending energy back to the person that sent it to you. If they are trying to cause you trouble, you're just sending the trouble back their way. You're not trying to actively cause them harm. You're just reversing the harm back to them that they're sending to you. Now, the easiest way to do this, and it's my go-to way, is candle magic. And so with candle magic, there's lots of different kinds of reversing candles. You have reversing pillar candles. These are black on the outside and usually red on the inside. Sometimes they can be white or other colors, but the black and red is a combination of reversing and quick action, which these candles are really easy to carve too. You can carve your desire from the top to the bottom in it, rub an oil in it like we have. Here's a couple of ones that are reversing. Well, the Southern Storm, which was actually, it's unique to my shop. We make this here. It is made from storm water from a freak thunderstorm that hit us a few weeks ago, and I stuck out some mason jars and saved the water and then added some other ingredients to it. And this is a very powerful reversing oil. It's revenge with the Southern Charm, if you want to look at it that way. I also have, this one is a stay away. This is like if somebody's bothering you that you can't seem to get rid of. This is a stay away oil to keep them, a barrier between you and them, to make them stay away from you. So you can take a candle, you can carve it, rub it with a little oil, you can say your spell or chant, whatever it is that you do in your particular practice, and then when the candle burns down, you want to take it and throw the remnants off your property somewhere. You're finalizing getting rid of that person and the negativity that they're sending you. Okay? You also have reversing candles that are shaped like men and women, and these are really good when you're working, like I've told you before, in the candle magic with sympathetic magic. When magic is directed at a particular person, these candles are very handy. This is a reversing candle that is black and it's red in the middle. they are made specifically for reversing spells. They come in man and woman shapes, and they also come in pillars and, you know, different kinds of things like that. But these, you would work with them like you do any other figure candle, if it's representing a woman or a man, or you can use the pair if it's a couple that's giving you trouble. So there you go. That's good on those. Another thing with reversing magic is salt. Salt is a very common yet so versatile and useful ingredient in magic. This is one we make here in the shop called GTFO. This is when you've got a problem roommate or a problem spouse or a problem boyfriend to your daughter or something of that nature that you just need to, they need to go away. That's all. They need to go on out. They're a bad influence. They're causing problems. And so what you do with this is you just sprinkle it either on their things or where they're walking it. And it's kind of like, it works kind of like hot foot powder or hot foot oil, but this is a GTFO salt made to move things that don't seem to want to move. Then also, when things get a little more difficult, have what's called war water. This is one that we make here in the shop. Again, it's from things collected here at my property. It's storm water and some kind of fairly nasty things, or some wormwood in there, and a few other things that come from right around here. I mean, it's witch made, really witch made. And this stuff, this is some powerfully nasty stuff. It's not something that you want to use lightly, but if you've got a real problem that, like a tenant that you've tried to evict that will not move, or a really nasty person, a neighbor or someone at work that just won't go away, you take this and you don't want to breathe it. It's the reason why we seal it with black wax, because this is powerfully nasty stuff. You pop it, you sprinkle a little bit where they're going to walk or on their vehicle or something like that. This is to get them to just get the hell out. This is a battle cry for I've had enough. Okay, war water. That's what this is. Okay. Then you also have things like, okay, another candle that I forgot to mention, pillar candles. This is one of my own. This is these are great. This is a reversible Eli. It's both reversing and protection. So if you have somebody in particular that's giving you a bad problem, you can take their picture to the back of it. You can write their name on the back of the glass, anoint it with a little oil, and burn this to send the energy back their way. Okay. If you've got problems at work, and it's very difficult to use things like candles or war water or something like that, or even salt, this is selenite. It's a selenite. This is peach selenite. It also comes in white. And these crystals are really, really pretty. And they deflect negative energy. They absorb and deflect negative energy. So if you've got a cubicle next to you where you've got just a rancid bitch that is really hard to work with, if you'll stick something like this in your cubicle, it helps deflect that negative energy back to the person that's sending it to you. It also looks really pretty, and nobody has any idea what it's for unless they're of a magical or new age bent themselves. They won't recognize this. They're really pretty. They come in pyramids. They come in little round pieces. I have candle holders that you can put a tea light candle in if they'll let you burn candles at work, or they have the spirals like this. I keep one of these on my desk next to my computer just to keep kind of some of the negative energy that I have to deal with from the occasional customer at bay, and it works like a charm. This was a gift from a friend of mine, and so that even makes it more special. Then you have, this is one of the new products here in our store. Made this specifically for one of my sister witches. This is an incense powder called Get Back Bitch. And this is for when you are working a spell to reverse something back. And just because it says bitch, it doesn't mean it's just for women. You can use this, as well if it's a male that you need to kind of make them move away. Use this in conjunction with your candle spells. It only takes, these incense powders that we make here in the shop, it takes maybe a half a teaspoon or less. I make these with natural woods, herbs, essential oils, flowers, things like that. There is no saltpeter, there's no charcoal, there's no nothing in them. They are self-igniting because I grind the wood very, very fine before I start mixing the other ingredients with it. So it's a pure, natural, clean burn, but it's really strong. So literally, like if you have long fingernails, a fingernail full. Just this much goes a long way. So anyway, that's Get Back Bitch. And there's other incense powders and things like this on the market that are, really good for reversing magic. Now, what you want to do too, if you have the opportunity, is to make yourself a charm or a talisman that will help keep the negativity at bay. With a charm, like I can wear a pentacle because I'm out of the broom closet, so it's no problem for me. But if you need to wear something else, choose something that you feel like is a protective symbol, a lion, a tiger, anything that you feel like is a strong statement of back off, stay away from me. And you know, you can wear something that gets the point across or can absorb the energy that you're putting into it, but it doesn't have to be a pentagram. You can find something that's a little more understated if that's what you need. But this is a spell that I wrote for charging talismans and things to reverse and protect you from a particular person that is giving you trouble. You can do it bracelet. This is an evil eye bracelet. Evil eye symbols are also really good for reversing and protection magic, especially if somebody's trying to send spiritual energy your way. These are great talismans. But the spell is very easy, and the way that I do it is I'll take my charm and I'll tie it around a candle like this, because I like the 7-day jar candles. You could also put it around the candle holder that's holding this candle, if that's what you want. Carve your desire into the candle, or you can write it and tape it on the back of this, whoever the person is. And then when you light the candle, you would say this spell 3 times. I charge this charm with my desire, through earth and water, air and fire. Protect me from those who wish me harm, their subtle ways I now disarm. No darkness now shall cross my path, no hate, no harm, no rage nor wrath. Jealousy will fade away, all I know will be okay. Should any try a new attack, 3 times 3 I send it back. I set this spell 3 times 3, as I will, so mote it be. Now you'll notice that I use 3 times 3 a lot, just because that's it's very traditional in the kind of magic that I do, and plus it combines some of the multiplying the energy back to them if they're trying to send it to you. I know that that's maybe sounds a little convoluted there, but what it is if they send it to me, I want to send it back to them 3 times 3 so that they get a taste of their own medicine. That's the best way to put it, I guess. So anyway, there you are with reversing spells, charms to ward off negative energy, or the evil eye, as a lot of people put it. You've got salts, you've got oils, you've got candles, you've got war water, you've got incense. There's all kinds of things. And if you need particular help with a reversing spell, you know I'm always here to help. You can reach me at MAMACREEPY at MAMACREEPY.com. That's Mama Creepy at mamacreepy.com. You can call the shop, or you can get me on my live chat, which I'm on about 4 or 5 hours a day. Now these videos are unscripted, unedited, unrehearsed, so if there's anything I said that you don't understand or that wasn't clear, feel free to ask me. I'm always happy to help. Thank you, and blessed be.